Hi everyone. So in this class we are going to see about digestive system. See, in last class we have seen skeletal system and then muscular system. Now we are getting enter into digestive system. Before getting into the digestive system, we should know what is food. What is food? Food is a substance we can eat or drink that gives energy for our body. Our parents used to say, eat good food, then only you will get energy. You can able to grow fast. Isn't it or not? So food gives us energy. And it is a substance, anything that we can eat or drink also. Sometimes we use it to drink juices and all. That is also a food. So a food means what? A substance that we eat or drink which gives energy for our body. The substance which gives energy means that is called what? Food. How the food gives energy? Because food contains nutrients. Food contains nutrients. These nutrients only are providing energy to us. So food generally gives energy. How it is giving the energy? Because food contains what? Nutrients. And that nutrients give energy. What are the nutrients? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. These are the major nutrients which are necessary for our body. Then only we get energy. So what are the nutrients we are needed? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. The food contains, sometimes the food contains any one of the nutrients or two or more nutrients are also present. For example, if you are eating idli, idli is a combination of rice and dal. Have you ever seen your mom preparing idli? What they will do, they will soak the rice first and they will separately soak the dal also. Isn't it? So, rice contains carbohydrate, dal contains protein. So if they are while making idli, what happened? Both nutrients, that is carbohydrate and proteins, are entering into our body. If you like to eat egg is rich of protein source. So egg contains protein. So any food, it may be either one of the nutrients or two or more nutrients are also present along with them. Okay, but our body needs all these 5 nutrients. They are very essential for our body. What are the 5 nutrients? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Have you ever note down the chocolate paper or biscuit? Because you people used to eat, you like to eat, isn't it? Chocolates, biscuit paper, Boost. You like to drink Boost, Horlicks or whatever it is, Milo. Have you ever noted down the ingredients at the back side of the paper they have given? For example, if you see a Dairy Milk chocolate, there it contains the nutritional information. Here I hope you people can able to see how many amount of energy, if you eat this chocolate, how many amount of energy you will get. For example, if it is a 100-gram chocolate, the energy provided by this chocolate was 2242 kilojoule. Otherwise, you can say 537 kilocalorie. How much fat it contains? 31 gram. How much carbohydrates? 56 gram. How much protein is present? 7.3 gram. So, Cadbury's, that is Dairy Milk, contains fat, carbohydrate, fiber, proteins and salt. If we take here Horlicks, I hope you people like to drink Horlicks by adding in your milk. Okay, it contains these much of nutrients. For example, energy is the total amount of energy given by all the nutrients, that is carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. If you add, you will get this total amount of energy. Okay, so energy meaning total. So protein, how much protein the Horlicks is having? 33 gram. And carbohydrate 56 gram, fat 1 gram, vitamin A, C. So vitamins, there are so many vitamins are there. If we take minerals, so many minerals are there. Okay, iron, zinc, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, these are all minerals. Okay, vitamins, if we say vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K, vitamin B12, so many different types of vitamins are also there. So here separately they have given. But keep in your mind, vitamins and minerals are required in milligram, mg. Here it is given mg. But if we take carbohydrate, protein, fat, their unit is gram. Okay, less amount of vitamins and minerals are only needed. If we take green vegetables are rich in vitamins and minerals. Fruits, again vitamins and minerals. Okay, rice, wheat, corn, maize, barley, these are all rich in carbohydrate. If we take dals, pulses and all, green gram, red gram, these Bengal gram, these are all rich in pulses. If we take butter, ghee, oil, these are all rich in fat. Okay, so hereafter note down, if you are eating one biscuit, just check down the paper wrapper. You can able to see how much amount of protein, how much amount of carbohydrates are present in that biscuit. Okay, now where does all the food go? Okay, we are taking the food and food is having nutrients, and that nutrients are absorbed by our body and that gives the energy. Okay, so where does the food go? That is the next question. There comes the word digestion, because the food what we are taking in, it's not fully absorbed by our body. Only the nutrients are only absorbed by our body, and the remaining things are not necessary for our body, so they will be excreted out. Okay, the food what we are taking in is not at all fully absorbed by our body. Only the nutrients only are absorbed by our body. The remaining thing are all have to be excreted out. That process is called digestion. Okay, so process of breakdown of complex substance into simpler substance, and this system is called digestive system. So digestion is a process taking place in the digestive system. What do you mean by digestion? Breaking of complex substances into simpler substances. That is called digestion. What do you mean by complex substance, ma'am? What do you mean by complex substance? For example, if you are eating idli, and what you are doing, whether are you swallowing the idli piece as it is? No, what we are doing? We are chewing. Isn't it? Some food we will chew and we will swallow. Some food we swallow as it is. Some food and all we are lick and swallow. Isn't it or not? For example, rice, wheat, chapati and all, we have to chew and we have to swallow. Okay, if you are taking porridge and all, it is somewhat semi-liquid, so you can swallow as it is. If you want to eat an ice cream, what you will do? You have to lick. That is, you can use your tongue alone to taste the food. Isn't it or not? So there are different types of food and we are eating in different way. So they are complex substances, and what we are doing? We are breaking the food into simple substances, and that process is called what? Digestion. So for chewing, what are the things needed? First, we are keeping the food in our mouth. So inside our mouth, what are the two things present? Teeth, tongue. Teeth helps to grind the food, chew the food, bite the food, and tongue helps to swallow the food. Isn't it or not? So digestion is a process taking place in the digestive system. And nutrients, okay, now the complex substances are somewhat converted into simpler substances, and they are entered into the inside our body. So inside, so many organs are present. See, mouth is an external organ. Okay, but before it have to be absorbed as nutrients, they have to pass so many internal organs also. So for digestive system, so many organs are involved. Okay, so now at the end of that system, what happens? The nutrients are absorbed by our body, and absorbed nutrients, what it give? It give energy. Okay, why we are needing energy? To do our physical activities. If you want to do work, we need energy. If you want to run fast, you need energy. If you want to swim, we need energy. Isn't it? So for all our physical activities, we need energy. How we are getting energy? By the nutrients. Where are the nutrients are presented? They are present in the food. And how the nutrients are absorbed by our body? By the process of digestion. Now we are going to see what are the organs are involved in the digestive system. I told there are so many organs are involved in digestive system, not only one organ. Okay, so what are the organs? First one, mouth, because we are keeping the food in our mouth. So in mouth, Teeth helps to grind the food, tongue helps to swallow the food, and saliva. Saliva is a juice secreted by our mouth which helps to mix the food, isn't it? So saliva is what? A juice secreted by our mouth. Whenever we are eating, see, we are eating idli, and while grinding it will somewhat semi-solid. It becomes semi-solid. How? Whether are you drinking for every mouth of food? No. So saliva helps to mix the food while chewing, and then we are swallowing the food with the help of tongue. So the first organ involved is mouth. Next, the food enters our throat region. So our throat region is called as pharynx. The food we are swallowing the food. Tongue helps to swallow the food, and that food enters through throat, and throat region is called pharynx. Pharynx, pharynx. Next, the throat is connected with a long tube called food pipe. It looks like a pipe because it is a long tube. Okay, so the throat is connected with a long tube pipe called food pipe, and it is called as esophagus. What it is called? Esophagus. First try to pronounce the word, and later you can spell the word. Okay, pharynx, esophagus. The mouth is connected with the throat region, and throat is connected with a long pipe called food pipe, otherwise called esophagus. Then this food pipe connects with the stomach. The food pipe connects with stomach. In stomach also some juice, digestive juice will be produced by the stomach, and it also helps to digest the food. Okay. Then the food reaches the small intestine. Then the food reaches small intestine. In small intestine, the foods will be completely digested, and the nutrients are absorbed by the small intestine. Okay, the food first we are keeping in our mouth, and it enters through pharynx, and then it passes through esophagus, and then it reaches stomach. Then it goes to get into the small intestine, where the food will be completely digested and the nutrients are absorbed in by small intestine. Okay, I told not all the foods are all absorbed, only the nutrients only absorbed. The remaining means the waste, the undigested food not at all needed for our body, that alone enter into large intestine. In small intestine, the nutrients are absorbed, so the remaining portion of the food, the unwanted food, enters into the large intestine, and passed through anus, it will be excreted out from our body. Okay, imagine sugar cane. Have you ever tasted sugar cane juice? What they are doing? Why? They have to just, they will keep the sugar cane in between the two rotating long tubes, isn't it? The two rotating rods. What happens? The rod help to grind the sugar cane. Only the juice will be taken, and the remaining thing is called the residue, that will be, they will thrown out. Like that, our food we are keeping inside our mouth, the nutrients alone absorbed by the small intestine, and undigested food will enter into the large intestine and excreted through anus. So these are all the organs: mouth, throat, otherwise called pharynx, food pipe, otherwise called esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus. So for digestion, the digestion has to complete, these are all the organs are necessary. So these organs are called digestive organs, and the system is called digestive system. Next, we are going to see about the organs. So mouth, this is mouth. Inside mouth, what are the things having? Teeth. Teeth helps to grind the food, and the saliva helps to mix the food and tongue helps to swallow the food. Then it reaches the throat portion. Throat portion is otherwise called pharynx. Okay, the food enters the throat portion, and that portion is connected with a long tube. Can you able to find the long tube? That is called esophagus, otherwise called food pipe. Then it reaches the stomach. Stomach is a muscular organ. It is fully made up of muscles, and that also secretes some juice which helps to that also in here also stomach also some partial digestion takes place. That is, half of the digestion takes place. Mouth also some digestion takes place. Stomach also some digestions take place. But after the stomach, it enters into small intestine. Here small, the word small represents not the length, the width of the small intestine. That is, the tube width of the small intestine is very small. So hence it is small intestine. It reaches in small intestine only. The foods are completely digested. Only the nutrients are absorbed by the small intestine. Then the unwanted food enters through into the large intestine. This is large intestine because the width of this is somewhat large in size while comparing to small intestine. At last, this end portion, that is called here it is given, that is called what? Anus. That is, the end portion of large intestine is anus. Through anus, the food, unwanted food will be excreted out. So these are all the organs involved in the digestive system. So arrangement of organs. See, in this slide I have given separately. Now I am going to show you how the total digestive systems are arranged. First, mouth. So we are keeping the food in our mouth, and the mouth is connected with this region is called pharynx. It is not mentioned here. That is our throat region. So through the food enters into the mouth and it reaches the throat and then esophagus, and that esophagus is connected with stomach. Then the stomach is connected with small intestine. Can you able to see inside? That is called what? Small intestine. And small intestines are surrounded by large intestine. So at last this is called was anus. It will be excreted out. This is the these are the organs. This is the arrangement of the organs. Mouth connected with pharynx, then that is connected with esophagus, that is connected to stomach. Stomach is connected with the small intestine. Small intestine is connected with the large intestine. At the end of the large intestine, we are having a part called anus. Through anus, the undigested food will be excreted out. I hope you are able to understand. Okay, next we are going to see mechanism. See, here some food are entering. It reaches the stomach, small intestine. So an unwanted food are excreted through large intestine and excreted through anus. Okay, the food enters into mouth. So in mouth itself some digestion takes place. Stomach also some digestions take place. Small intestine also digestion takes place. The digestion will be completed only in small intestine. So absorption also takes place in the small intestine. The nutrients are absorbed and it's sent to the liver. So that way the arrow marks are given. So through liver it will pass to all parts of the body because the nutrients are only going to give energy. Okay. Then the unwanted substance enters into the large intestine and it will be excreted through anus. This is the mechanism of digestive system. So digestive system consists of mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus. Okay. So some important functions and important questions we are going to see. Mouth secretes saliva. I told in mouth mouth is secreting one juice that is called saliva. Like that, stomach also secreting one juice that is called digestive juice or gastric juice. Why they are saying digestive? Because stomach also can able to digest some not full complete digestion, some partial digestion takes place. Then nutrients are digested completely in small intestine and nutrients are absorbed by also small intestine. And undigested food, that is remaining waste food, or excreted through large intestine by anus. Okay, so mouth secretes saliva, stomach secretes digestive juice. Nutrients are completely digested in small intestine and they are also absorbed in small intestine. Undigested food alone enters into large intestine and released by anus. So with this I complete the digestive system. In next class we will see some other system. Okay, see, go through the video one or two more time, then only you can able to understand. Okay, so based on the video worksheet was given, try to do the worksheet. Okay, thank you.